They'll be calling you a radical. First off, I want to say, look, this has nothing to do with view counts. This has absolutely zero to do with subscriber rate. I don't give a fuck. I don't have an AdSense count. Look, I'm not going to let these fuckers get away with this. I'm going to re-record because I'm the only one doing this. And everybody says, oh, where's your... I post links in every fucking video I do. If you're too fucking faint to go, you got to be say, fucking see Dick fucking Jane, fucking see bullet go out of gun, hit guy in the face, and fuck. I mean, come on. Fuck you. Run along, you fucking fainting goat sheep. I mean, it's disgusting. So, this is the corruption that's going on in Oregon. And I'm going to call these fuckers out. I've been on the phone arguing with them all fucking day. I says, look, so officially, the summer run opens tomorrow. That's O.D.F.W, that's NOAA, that's W.F.W, that's Oregon, Washington, officially tomorrow. So, I says the cutoff on the spring runs today then. Now get this. This is so they don't get sued. The projection on the Willamette was 70,000, the lower projection. Now these projections are a fucking joke. If you haven't seen that in the last 2 years, what a fucking joke these projections are. It's pathetic. So, by the way, I grew up playing a lot of fucking tennis right there. A lot of football. A lot of baseball. So, look. These projections are pathetic. So, I've been fighting with them. The Willamette, by law, their own law, has to have, now this is statistically impossible. They have to have 22,538, their limit. I don't know where they come up with these numbers, supposedly healthy spawners for it to go on. They know they reopened it. They know they're in trouble. So get this. As of the 14th, they posted the 14th number. Because today's the 15th. I'm going to the 16th. 22,268. So I'm like, don't you dare post the 15th as the number. That puts you over by 3 fish. Well, the cutoff's, no. The cutoff's midnight on the 14th. The 15th is opening day of summer. You don't get them both. It's not spring and summer. Look, opening day is the 15th. You fucking liars. The spring's over. I says, you play that game so you don't get sued. Now, we need whistleblowers inside Oregon O.D.F.W. Look, the live cam has been out on the Bonneville for 3 years. We need to see it. This is corruption. I know they're lying on the Bonneville number. I've been told by several people, I got whistleblowers, that they're lying. And I mean, think about it. And this lie, this has got to be recorded in history. This lie, that this has been declining for decades and years, is a lie. It's a total lie. No, they've been increasing. This has been one of the great success stories of environmentalists, of the whole fishing complex. And I want to say this to all you fishermen, all you guides, and I don't feel sorry for one of you fucking losers. You know, you can rot in hell, every one of you. You had your chance to fight this with me. You turned your back on me. You spit me because, you know, you're so greedy. You don't care about the future. You don't care about the animals. You don't care about your children. You don't care about, you know, it's a little bit of self-gain right here now. Fuck the future. You know, I mean, that's what little kids do. That's what, you know, immaturity. So I post these numbers on the summer and the fall. They come out with them today. Oh my God. This is such fairy tale. I like how they're still quoting last year's projected numbers. Now, let's talk about this. Now look, I'm a walking, talking encyclopedia on Fukushima. I mean, literally, I eat, sleep, drink it. Try me, try me. I mean, my whole life's been this since the day it happened, even long before. I did lecture after lecture saying Fukushima was going to melt down for decades, sending off for same thing. Look, these projected numbers, the Bonneville ended up at 106,000, which they're lying. You think that's a good number? 2 years ago, they were 257,000. Can you do math, kids? The projected number in 2015 for 2017, this is just spring run, was 300,000. They came in at half last year, another half this year. They're going to be another half next year, extinction. The Rogue right now, 116 spawners in it. That should be tens of thousands. That's extinction stuff. That's right next to the Bonneville. Right there. The Willamette, 22,000? What? That's right there near the, I mean, it's almost as big. How can that, I mean, it's such a lie what they're pulling on the Bonneville. And the Willamette number, they're going to come in. Mark my words, they'll count 2015, which is illegal because that's the opening of the summer run. You can't have it on spring. You can't count that day as summer and spring. So they don't get sued. Oh, you're going to get fucking sued. O.D.F.W. criminal. Now remember, this is really important. Now I want you to review these numbers. They always set these numbers, whatever. Now, this is the corruption. The state of Oregon, the governor, Brown, has declared Oregon a state salmon. The salmon fishing has declared it a disaster, going to the taxpayers. So now, the feds last week, they wrote a letter, 2 senators from Oregon and 2 senators from California. Feinstein, Kamala, I know Kamala Harris. I know Wyden. I mean, he makes a statement that they've been declining for years. I'm like, you pathetic fucker. I emailed him today. He won't even talk to me. You know, he used to talk to me all the time. They have not been declining. Can you look? I mean, I post the graphs right here. O.D.F.W, the 7-day fish count, DART from the University of Washington, they keep incredible data. I mean, there it is. I mean, great graphs, great websites, but you're too lazy to click, click, click. You need to be fed, spoon-fed. Look, I don't care about subscriber base. You know, the people that search out for any kind of news story and then they respin it and get it out, which is important because mainstream, it's really important. You want that? I mean, Diablo 7.7 does incredible work. So does BP Earthwatch. Those 2 guys are amazing. But that's what they do. They're reporters, and they're fantastic. They got beautiful voices, they work hard, and they do incredible, fantastic work, and I really love both their work, and I appreciate their work. But that's not me. I'm an activist. I break story. I am the story. No, I'm in the pure form of the activist. You know, there's no watchdogs out there anymore. Where's Greenpeace? They're all gone. So it's up to grassrooters like me. Go send some more money to Green fucking Peace. You know, I've done this on fucking less than $30,000 in 3 years. That's $10,000 to try it. I mean, dedicate my whole life to this. You look at these numbers they're projecting. They can't, I mean, it's a jokes. So they want it both ways. Come up, they put up these fake line, they know better. They know these are total bullshit numbers. And then they'll still quote, oh, last year's projected number. When they know down the actual number, who cares about the projected number? Who gives a shit? The actual number's in. I mean, this is the scam and the lies because they want you to come up, spend your money. These phony-ass guides, a lot of them from Utah, they didn't even grow up in Alaska or freaking Oregon or Washington. You know, get your 6-foot boat. They got boat payments where they're scumbags. You know, here, we'll bait your hook. Oh, sorry, the wind was blowing, bro. They don't want you to catch any fish because then they got to clean the fucking fish. They're scumbags. They're not grassroots, salt of the earth. There's plenty of the old fly fishermen, the people that were so... I mean, right here, the mighty Ogden Weaver, they poisoned that right here. So we'll go fishing right out here on the Great Salt Lake. Because, I mean, you're falling for this shit. You know, maybe I'll put up... Okay, I'm going to do it right now. The Great Salt Lake summer and fall run, I project at 680,000. Black and blue marlin. Come out. That's what I project. I project that. Come in there. And then I'm going to file for federal and state disaster aid. Because, you know... Look, Oregon has declared it a disaster at the state level. The feds, they sent a letter to Wilbur Ross, the old Wall Street scumbag. Wyden and Merkley, both signed the letter, asking for federal funds because the salmon fishing is a disaster. And they're so derelict, it's so out of touch, they say right in it, been declining for years. No, it hasn't. It's been increasing for years. 2015 were record numbers. Salmon, spring Chinook go to sea for 5 years. Right here in Idaho, I mean, what a catastrophe the steelhead's been. I mean, we're talking extinction stuff. You know, the guys up there on the Yellowstone, whatever, which they're all from here. Fucking, they're such losers. I'm like, don't you care about the environment? Don't care? I mean, this is, Fukushima caused this. Fukushima caused all this on the freaking sea. Look, it's simple. I mean, statistical probability. So, look, seriously. They go to sea for 5 years. The projected numbers on the Bonneville for the year in 2015 was projecting 2016. They had record numbers in 2015. They had 4 million. They were projecting 1.7 million for 2016, over 2 million for 2017. You can look it up. So 2016 number comes in, boom, at half that. 2017, so far in the springs, I mean, the springers, that's what's so important. The Chinook, they go to sea for how long? Look at these projections on the show. It's a fucking joke. I mean, this is a catastrophe. It's off a cliff. This isn't this. Been declining for years. No, it was increasing for years because I had record escapement. And look, I'm going to record this in history. And the fanny goats in the contemporized America, you can look around at people. Have you looked what they look like? It's disturbing. It's disgusting. You think how pathetically stupid people are? They need to be, I mean, do you realize what a pathetic nation this has evolved into? It's pathetic. It's like you're all Trump versus Obama kids. I mean, right, left. It's like the young man a guy told me today, fucking punk. the young man in North Korea. Fucking North Korea should have been taken out of the leaders, not the people, the leaders. You know, do what you did to fucking Japan with Hiroshima, Nagasaki, and let the emperor live in Manhattan, Yoko Ono's fucking great uncle. I mean, it's fucking outrageous what you did. You know? North Korea, that fucking scum, he executed his own fucking uncle. They executed him. He killed his own fucking brother. So this young man's over there with a school freaking program thing. Very exciting, very cool. All he did, he went over there because he thought it'd be, I mean, it would have been cool. I probably would have pulled the same thing. He saw a little, you know, propaganda in North Korea's sign. He thought that'll be a great souvenir. So he tried to sneak it up. They saw him. So they throw him in a fucking jail cell. You know, the doctor, neurosurgeon said today that he thought maybe it was cardiac arrest. You know, that's what I had. Well, not cardiac arrest. I mean, I had my aortic valve. He says not enough oxygen to the brain. That's exactly what happened to me. I was born with a heart defect. I had open heart surgery. You know, he could have been saved, this young guy. You know, even when it immediately happened, they could have got him here and saved his life. These are, and Rodman, that fucking scumbag. Ask anybody in fucking South Florida. Rodman sits outside the one mall and just screams and rants and raves and goes lunatic. I know people that freaking see him down there. He's out of his fucking, you know, go there. He's supporting Trump. And I mean, you're going to go left, right. Oh, well, that's what he gets for going to a communist country? Let me tell you about communism, you stupid, feigning fucking goats. The United States of America is the most fucking communist in the purity sense of the fucking word is the Soviet Union country in history. Why, we redistribute more fucking wealth than any country on earth in the history of fucking earth. But where do we redistribute it? We don't give it back to the people. They take it from us. We pay taxes. Everything we buy, the taxes go. Fucking, it's a regressive fucking, the poorer you are, the more you pay percentage-wise. Where does it go? Just like the old Soviet Union commies. All to military fucking spending. Oh, look it up. That's where it all goes. Just like the Soviet Union. So who's the fucking commie? You know, it's like Trump's daughter. You know, sitting there with the Saudi royal fucking family. They behead how many women a year? The UN's come right out and made statements about them stoning children to death. They just hired 40 new beheaders. These are the biggest atrocities to women in history. She sits with these. She has her freaking slave camp, goods being made in China, her brand. And then Trump has the 3 activists, who I know, by the way. I've stood in the cage in New York with them, the old Tiananmen Square. They're fantastic. They have them detained. They'll end up like this kid dead. And you want to say, oh, he went to a communist country? What the fuck do you think you live in? You think this country's so fucking great? You need to pull your head out of your fucking ass. This country rates fucking way down. This country has crashed because of you, the populace. I don't give a fuck about my view count. I don't give a fuck about fucking subscriber. I don't care. I'm recording history because that's all we can do now. I'm holding these fucking rats accountable because you're too fucking ignorant, and the derelict fucking agencies that we pay to do won't do their job. No, it won't do their job. EPA. Greenpeace physically pushed me. Why is freaking, the head of Greenpeace physically pushed me on the fucking pier at Huntington Beach while I was full of critical condition. Told me I was raising my voice. Physically pushed me. And I said, I remember when I cracked that fucker in the throat. I was full of fucking chemo. I went boom. I hit him right in the throat and dropped him like a bag of fucking dirt. Fucking put my foot right on his head and I says, you punk, you touch me again, I will fucking cut your head off. I don't fuck around. You know, I'm a peace activist. I don't fucking take you, but you come at me, I'm coming back. You know, this scumbag does this young man, fucking take that fuckhead out. Why has he not been taken out of the equation in a long time? Why is this fucking sickening royal family in North Korea liberate those fucking people? Fucking Rodman's over there with a Trump book. Trump's as pathetic as Obama. Come on. They're fucking narcissistic fucking creeps. Fucking everybody runs for office for all my... I mean, it's pathetic. Just like Wyden making this fucking statement. These fucking numbers are a scam and a fucking lie. Mark my words. We're holding you accountable. We're watching every one of these numbers. When you post them, just like last year, we're laughing at you. For instance, they lowered their projection on the Columbia to 170,000. They came in at 106. This is the spring run. They lowered their projection from 70,000 on the Willamette to 50,000. Came in at 22,000. And the copper's starting to bleed down too. The copper projection was 1.7 million last year. Came in at 800,000. Now the Yukon River relates to it. Look at this. She says this thing, oh, you know, it could be worse. They're going to run at about last year's, last year crashed because these salmon go to sea for 5 years. First batch back. It hasn't been declining like this. It's like this. They were increasing. I cannot overstate this. You liar, Wyden, all that. Salmon numbers were increasing. They were going up to 20. One of the great success stories in freaking environmental history was the return of the salmon to the Great Pacific West. They were increasing. Read my fucking lips, George Bush. Oh, he was right when he wasn't going to. He cut them all to the wealth. Read my fucking lips. Salmon numbers had record numbers in 2015. 2011, 2012, record escapement. Record numbers. Increasing, not declining. This is the first batch last year. They were freaking forecast. They came in at 30%, 20%, a fork. That's never happened. Off the cliff crash. Because Fukushima, well, I don't have my FU hat on. Fukushima broke the luminescence. I mean, it's as obvious as the scar down my chest, across my face. The nuclear industry did that to me. Look. We're gone 2,200 and I believe 91 days today of Fukushima, the great cover-up. By the way, I'll be in Vienna protesting the fucking IEA and their fucking big council thing, I hope, in early September. September 18th. So, to dump fresh water, there's almost fresh water on Earth, to dump fresh water onto this, the hottest substance known to man, the robots can't even get it, we don't even know what it is, which I call, that's Livermore, every nuclear freaking lab, you know, TEPCO, we're relying on undeveloped, we don't even know what it is. That's how hot it is. It's burrowed into the earth. They'll admit all this. They'll admit this. They admit the IE's been dumping into the ocean the entire time. To dump fresh water by that 300,000 gallons a day for, do the math, kids, 2,291 days. Into the, oh, the Pacific Ocean is that big. No, it's not. It's not that big. You know, Stanley, California, 6,500 miles. I mean, I stand right there. Go right there. Straight across, you're going to hit Fukushima, Japan. What is it? 7,000 miles away? A little over 7,000. That's not very far. The jet stream, I mean, to dump that in, and there's no consequence. For every action, there's a reaction. That's the greatest action in history. Thus, the greatest reaction. The Pacific Ocean is dying. I mean, I walked and documented every one of those fucking tide pools. You know, no, I won't do it. You wouldn't believe me, so I got to go fucking show you. There's 45 million fainting goats in California. They can't walk into their house. I mean, I talk to people, oh yeah, they're right there. Come on, we'll go down there. Mayor Monterey. Oh, they're all over the Elkhorn. This girl, I said, let's go on a picnic. Okay, we go out there, show me. Oh my God. I guess I haven't been here, yeah, what, for 3-4 years? They're dead. They're fucking dead. The ocean's fucking dead. It's fucking dying so dramatically, so fucking rapidly, and it's acute. Read my fucking lips one last time. Salmon numbers in Oregon, Washington have not been declining for decades. They've been increasing until 2015. They were increasing. The forecasts in 2016 and 17 were gigantic, the projections. Gigantic. 1.7 million projected on the Bonneville for 2016. They came in at 690,000. 2.1 million projected. They'll be lucky if they get fucking a third of that this year. Oh, they'll a fourth. They put out these bullshit rejections. They want it both ways. You know, I'm going to sue those fuckers. You know, I can't get a good fucking bar on my truck because they're there is no Atticus. There is no Atticus. Fucking cowards. Fucking cowards. Mighty fucking Wasatch. My place. You know, because I care about the environment. I love my children. I love future generations. I love the animals. I love fucking, you know, the future. I mean, the environment. I'm going to fight to protect her. You fuckers can fucking lay down because you've all laid down, you fainty fucking regurgitating goats in your arrogance. Not me. Not me. I'm not a fucking child. I'm a fucking grown fucking man. You know, I'm going to act like one. Stay in tune it.